What does the off week do for a group like the offensive line, where you guys have been fighting quite a bit of injuries this year?
Yeah, it's been nice getting some time off. Getting the bodies back right where we want them. Have some time to stretch, get the body right, and feel good going into this next week.
When you get to midseason, is any offensive lineman healthy, whether or not they're actually on the injury report or not?
Yeah, you're always going to have those nicked up bruises and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys who have been fighting injuries are, getting back and, where they want to be at and feel great to be able to go out and perform, the way they want to. And even myself included, just getting my body right to want to feel like I can go out and perform to the best of my ability.
Damon?
Do you feel like this offensive line combination is going to get close to where you were in the opener with as many bodies as you want to have available?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think our guys are pretty much overall, all around, feeling pretty good.
What does that do after to especially get all the playing time with Gavin getting in there for 2 games, you're getting Aiden a lot of reps. What does that do? What did that stretch do just to get those guys in there and then get guys back healthy?
Yeah, it's awesome having, even though they're young, having guys that can come in and play. I'm building chemistry with everyone in the room every day. So it's honestly nice, having that comfort, knowing that, the next guy up will be ready to go.
Right.
Coach Montgomery just told us that he thinks that you guys are facing more pressure from defenses than anybody in the country. Did you guys work on anything in particular over the bye week to take some of that heat off the backfield?
Yeah, honestly, it's not even just a bye week. Like, every week we're working on twists and, all the little games that a defense can bring. And, it's been fun as a group to learn as, the time goes. We don't want to, mess up those twists and looks that they give us. But, it's a learning curve, and I think that we're doing pretty well with that.
And what do you see from Cal's pressure packages up front? What do they bring that might be unique?
Yeah, they're not very exotic. They got some big guys up front, so we're just going to trust what Coach Moore and Coach Jens are teaching us and do it to the best of our ability.
Dave?
Is a bye week a good opportunity for you and the rest of the guys in your room to kind of take a good look at film from the first 6-7 weeks? I mean, what is that process like? Just kind of reviewing stuff and tinkering.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. We did do that. A little recap of our first half of the season, and we got to look at some stats and whatnot that we usually don't get to see so much. So it's good to look at that, watch some film on us. Things that we could fix up and do much better. That was good for us to do.
What is, in terms of your growth, where do you feel like you might be different now versus where you were week 1? I mean, is it just as simple as you played a lot of snaps and gained a lot of experience? Yeah,
I think being out there just more comfortable, keeping that communication, as best as we can throughout, the five guys up front, tight ends, even quarterbacks. So that's been good. And, yeah, the comfort's definitely coming, and I'm having a lot of fun out there.
When teams are showing pressure like that on you, how does that change your job? What are your responsibilities in that situation? Are you calling stuff out? Do you have to adjust on the fly? How does that work for a center?
Yeah. Sometimes different looks, they can give it away, and that's when the film comes in handy. Watching a bunch of film, seeing if you can get some keys on certain guys or certain looks that they give you. But yeah, just what it comes down to is just technique and doing your job, and that's what us guys are working on right now.
Now that you have 7 starts or whatever under your belt this year, where are you at in terms of processing that quicker compared to maybe this time last year? Yeah.
I think every week I'm just building confidence. Looking at defenses. A lot of teams bring different stuff, but it's all kind of similar. And I'm having fun with it. Learning every week, just little things, and trying to get better every week, every day.
Okay.
When you guys have run the ball, you've run the ball effectively. I think Marcellus and Carrion are both averaging better than 5 yards a carry. What's worked with being able to run the ball when you guys do run it, being able to run it successfully?
Yeah, I think the guys up front just, like I said, before, we just put our head down and work. And I think the running backs, are trying to build trust on us. And I think they've been doing a really good job of toting the rock and doing their thing. And we're just out there working our butts off.
It seems like there are teams that will try to take away the outside zone versus the inside zone, but it seems like whichever type of run is called, those guys have been finding ways to pick up yards. as an offensive line, how do you guys adjust during the games? And is it encouraging to see, even though their pressures are teams are coming with pressure, you're still able to have effective run game as well?
Yeah, that goes throughout the week, just preparing, trusting what Coach Moore and Coach Jens are teaching us every day. And, we just go out there and have fun and play as fast as we can, as strong as we can, and trust what Coach Moore's teaching us.
Dave.
Friday night game, does it throw you back to high school football a little bit? Just getting to play on Friday night under the lights.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You always dream of playing under the lights, in front of a big crowd, so that would definitely be fun.
Just how would you evaluate the season as a whole up to this point?
Oh, yeah, it's been good. I feel like all the guys are coming together. We've been through some adversity, but I think that's good for us. It builds the team chemistry, and it's like I said, it's just fun. Going out with the same guys and fighting through adversity and playing games and just trying to do the best that we can each week.
You guys good? Anything else for Kyle?
Thanks, Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.